I want to welcome everybody to our STEM Inspiration Social for 2022. This is a new event that we're doing this year at House of Code that is based on some other events that we've previously done that have been really successful. And so in the past, we've offered, when we've been able to do this in person, when the Capitol has been open, we have offered a sort of career fair meets college fair type event where students can go different tables, talk to different organizations, and learn about a future in computer science and STEM. Last year, when we had to hold House of Code virtually, we had our Inspiration Fair, and that was set up in a really similar way. This year, the feedback we got from students, they said, we love that, but we would really like something that was a little more social. And so that's what we're trying to get you guys today. This is our STEM Inspiration Social. It's the same spirit as last year, but should provide for a little bit more input from students as we go, give you guys an opportunity to network with one another, to talk to one another, and we're really excited about the day ahead. Alethea with MadLearn. Alethea, I don't want to take up any of your time, so go ahead, run with it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe. It's so great to be here today, and welcome students. I'm actually not going to tell you a whole lot about MadLearn. I'm going to share a little story with you. My name is Alethea Master, and I'm an educator turned entrepreneur and the founder of a company called MadLearn. I am also its CEO, and so we need more CEOs like me. I'm hoping to encourage some of you in the room today. I am a STEMinist. I have my STEMinist shirt on, and I'm hoping that through hearing from all of us here today, you are inspired to consider starting careers in STEM in one way or another. So hopefully you can see my screen okay, but I want to talk to you about how you could be a preneur, anypreneur, and what does that even mean? So the story I want to share with you today is about a little girl who grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania. By the way, that was me. It's not Reading, it's Reading, Pennsylvania. And my brother and I were two of maybe 5 kids of color in our entire elementary school. And so we got bullied a lot. We got called burnt toast. We got made fun of. And it was just something that we got used to growing up. Bullying is not cool. Don't do it. Stop it when you see it happening. When I was 8 years old, my parents decided to make the upside down decision to move us halfway across the world from the United States all the way back to India, which is where my family is originally from. And I was nervous, I was excited. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to leave my friends and the home that I grew up in. But I was also excited because I thought when I go to school, everyone will look like me. That's my class, by the way, in India. I'm the tall one there on the left. I thought everyone will look like me. It'll be great. I won't get bullied. I won't get made fun of. And I realized at the ripe age of 8 years old, my first important entrepreneurial lesson: you can never fit in, and that's okay. Even though I went to school in India and everyone looked like me, I was taller than everyone else for some reason. I spoke differently because I had an American accent. I had a trapper keeper, which no one else in India had. I stood out for one way or another. And that is something that's a good thing. You are the only person in the world that can be you. You are unique. You have your superpowers that make you you. Figure out what those are and use those to your advantage. It is okay to not fit in. After school in India, I decided to come back to the United States and get a liberal arts education at Emory University here in Atlanta, which is where I now live. And I met an amazing human being, Dr. Pajares, may his soul rest in peace. And he was a mentor to me. He taught me about the love of education, about pedagogy, about how important it is to work with students to help model what we can do in our society. And I started to take some education classes and psychology classes, and I actually became a trained teacher. I was a Montessori teacher for many years. And I learned my second very important entrepreneurial lesson: never underestimate the power of a mentor. A parent, a guide, a mentor, a friend, somebody in the room today, anyone at your school, someone that you can talk to about your ideas, share your ideas with, and don't hesitate to ask for help. That is how we get better, when we help each other and when we get better. So make sure you find those mentors, not just one, not just two, find several, and keep them up to date with what you're doing in your life, because that will help in a really big way. After college, I was a Montessori teacher, and that was the first class that I actually taught. We were 6 of us in the small little brand new school, and those kids that I taught are now taller than me. This is a picture with them 10 years later. It was a little scary to see them that big. It's not okay to grow up, but please do. And after I left, I taught for many years, and then I decided to leave the classroom and work on starting a company. I am a teacher turned entrepreneur, an edupreneur, and I started this company called MadLearn. MAD stands for mobile app development. All of you are here today because you have done this. You have built an app using some great tool or another. MadLearn is one of those ways for you to build an app. We typically work with younger students, so elementary students, middle school students, start early, get excited about how to do this in a simple way so that when you get to high school, you can make even more complex, even more cool apps. And I got to meet amazing people all over the world that I get to now call my team. And we are a global team. We are in 3 different countries and 5 cities here in the US, and we get to work together every day. And this happened only because of the 3rd entrepreneurial lesson that I learned, which is to try everything. You never know what you're going to experience or what you're going to learn unless you try it. So if it's something that you haven't done before, take a shot at it. Get your hands wet. You never know what can happen when you try something new, because when you try different things, you end up at the United Nations talking about education technology initiatives to people around the world. You also end up with a team of interns. By the way, we have an awesome internship program. I will put that link in the chat. But we end up making a recipe in 5 different countries all over the world on Zoom, all made the same thing, all looked different, probably tasted different, but they were delicious. When you try new things, you end up on your university's 40 under 40 list. That's me on the bottom left. You also might end up on Forbes magazine for the work that you did going from the classroom to starting a business. And by the way, MadLearn was not the first business that I started. I started with an idea that I thought was a real problem, and it was, but it wasn't one that I was passionate about. So the 4th and final entrepreneurial lesson that I want to share with you today is to make sure that you find a real problem that exists, and all of you have done that here today. You're winners of the Congressional App Challenge. Congratulations. You found a problem, you've created a solution for it, but make sure it's also one that you're passionate about, that you really care about, so that you can take it to the next level, you can do great things with it, and you can really make a difference in our world today. I want you to be a preneur, anypreneur. I'm an edupreneur, you're an appreneur, you could be an ecopreneur, an agripreneur, a techpreneur, whatever it is that you love. Figure that out, take that and make something great. Create the things that you wish existed. That is my contact information. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, on email, on social media. Love to learn more with you. I am going to put a link to our internship application in the chat because we do have a phenomenal virtual internship program. We actually had 4 Congressional App Challenge winners from last year intern with us over the summer last year. So hopefully a few of you will be interested in who we are and what we do, and come intern with us. We want to take those great skills that you have and help you make more magical things with us. So thank you so much for being here today, and congratulations again.
Alethea, thank you so much. Yeah, really, I think doing a great job putting the inspiration in Inspiration Social. So thanks, that was awesome. Be sure to drop your contact info in the chat. I'm sure a lot of people want to get in touch with you, especially because you've been bringing app challengers in as interns. So thank you again.